Hello, good evening, happy Friday, welcome to the weekend. I'm already rambling because I'm a bit discombobulated this evening, but there we go. What else would you expect from the most professionally run of all the Swindon Town podcasts? We've got a great panel and some quality content for you, not one, but two World Cup themed quizzes to end tonight's show. But before all that, let's roll them titles. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you. And let's say hello to the panel that are going to be providing that excellent content, starting with Thomas the Tank Engine himself. Good evening, Craig.
Evening, Fifey. Yeah, they let me drive the big trains now, so I'm happy as Larry, mate. But yeah, I don't know about this professionally run podcast, what you're talking about there. I mean, if anyone sees this panel coming on, there's nothing professional about it at all, I don't think. But there we go.
We may not come across as the most professional, but we certainly are. We are one of the most charismatic panels available for any EFL club in
we make
country.
Up with it with enthusiasm and passion, don't we?
That's what we lack in talent, we definitely make up for in enthusiasm and passion.
That's the equivalent of the Clubman Trophy that you get at the end of season awards, isn't it? So,
mate, there is a story. I once got during my youth years. I once got Club Player of the Year because I was happy being on the bench and still paying my £4 every week for getting maximum 10 minutes game time. But that's for another day. You mentioned enthusiasm and passion, and nobody on this world sums that up more than our next panelist. Good evening, Ben.
Hello, Fifey. How are you today?
Very, very well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm all right. I'm slightly vexed with Sky TV at the minute, but it's nothing that can't be sorted. So I'm all good, and I'm looking forward to the show. Professional as ever.
And professional as ever, indeed. Ben, as Mike has said, Ben has the most practice of being on podcasts. This is true. Ben's possibly our most versatile member, but I do believe I'm still maybe just a couple of appearances ahead of Ben.
You are
on this one,
but you've done the Crewe one recently, so you're catching me up, fella.
Yeah, but that was written, mate. That was written. We'll come on to that later because it's Friday night, and that can only mean one thing: not Friday Night Joe, but Friday Night Wazza. Evening, buddy.
Evening. I love the Fridays nowadays. I keep saying this, but I'm turning up more on Fridays than I am on Mondays. And yeah, Mrs. is out again, so even better.
Have you trimmed your beard, mate?
I've had a little trim, but we're letting it grow out. We're trying to let it grow out.
Oh, you're gonna get
Oh, mate,
Still got a bit of way to go to catch old Joe.
This is going tomorrow. This is going to be trimmed right back, ready for next week.
Oh, was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
we can shave it then.
No, it's not completely gone because we'd have to change the silhouette. I'm not allowed to change that now until Fools Rush In is no more. But yeah, this is getting trimmed right back, ready for next week.
Yeah,
but
he's on the ball.
We've got however many people watching on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at the moment going, why the fuck are you guys talking about different hairstyles and beard styles?
They do say the golden rule is to hook the viewer in within the first 2 minutes, isn't it? And we've failed that miserably, haven't we?
3 minutes, I'm already tuning off.
Yeah.
Craig on first already failed that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But we are 6 minutes in and we have not introduced our final panelist of tonight. Let's say hello and good evening to Oakus Road himself. Hello, Nick.
Yeah, hiya, Fifey. Let's have a bit of sanity. Let's have some smooth faces. Get rid of all these bloody beards and all you pouncing about when doing your little combing. So yeah,
That's why he's a hit with the ladies.
Yeah, they like smooth, mate. They like smooth.
Smooth criminal.
But it's been a sort of a funny day today. We've got a World Cup round the corner. And I was up in the loft today getting the Christmas decorations out. I mean, what's going on?
Mine are out this weekend as well, Nick.
No, my daughter wants the Christmas tree out the loft, so.
Mate, mine are up this weekend.
Excellent.
Hopefully by Monday's episode, you'll have a nice tree in the background lighting up the room. We have a lot to cover this evening, guys. We have announcements, we have matches, and we have not, as I said in the intro, not one, but 2 quizzes. So shall we get going? And let's kick off with some Fools Rush In announcements, shall we? And there's a couple of things we'd like to cover. As we've said a few times, fans come to us, and not only us, but they ask us if we'd be kind enough to sort of just mention to anyone watching about their charitable efforts. And that is something that we are more than happy to do as a pod. I think our fan base is known for coming together when needed. And with everything going on in the world right now, there's no bigger time to come together. So we have got a couple of things we would like to discuss on that front, if you could spare us the time. First of all, the club put this tweet out earlier this week. And that is that they're joining forces with the Henry Allen Trust. A lot of you may be familiar with the Twitter user Debs, who got in touch with us to let us know about this in advance and sort of tell me a little bit about it. But I just couldn't do it the justice that it deserved. So Debs very kindly went away when I asked her to. And she's had a little video, just a 50-second video prepared for us by someone who can do it much better justice, to explain a little bit more about what the charity is, what they do. So hopefully you will enjoy this video here.
Hi everyone, I'm Dawn Allen from the Henry Allen Trust, your local children's cancer charity. The Henry Allen Trust was formed over 8 years ago in memory of Henry Allen. Henry is my little boy and he will be forever 4, but he had a big wish to help support children, teens, young adults and their families battling childhood cancer. We're asking the amazing guys at Swindon Town Football Club and their fans to help get behind our Christmas Stocking Appeal 2022. Could you, your company, your family, your friends, get behind us and help support your local children's cancer charity? To find out more, go along to Swindon Town Football Club and ask about the Henry Allen Trust. We look forward to hearing from you and we look forward to being at Swindon Town soon. Bye!
Thank you very much to Dawn for doing that video for us. A little bit more information, Dawn and a few others associated with the charity there will be at the Boxing Day game doing bucket collection. Caroline at the reception at the county ground is also taking donations. So as we always say, if you are able to, and only if you are able to, please do And to show that we're not just here throwing stuff out there, I've also been in touch with Debs about making some sort of small donation on behalf of Fools Rush In as well. So we're not just asking you, we do back these things up as well. So hopefully what we spoke about will arrive soon. Please follow the link on the club website, find Debs, speak to everyone involved to find out a little bit more about that. And hopefully they will do very, very well this Christmas for some seriously ill children that need the help. We also mentioned very recently, and I think it's been well established through, again, the club and other podcasts as well, the efforts that Paul Caddis is going to at the moment. And I did have a message from our friend Claire to say that she will be in attendance on Saturday. She'll be in Legends Lounge. She's going around with the bucket again, trying to raise as much money as possible to help. I think he's appearing on Sir Tom Broadbent tomorrow as well. Possibly, I'm sure I read that. So please, again, if you can, please do. What else do we have to announce? I'm sure there was more. Monday nights, Fools Rush In, a date for the diary for you. So Monday morning, we are doing the record with Danny Wilson that we've been talking about for a few weeks now. And on Monday evening, we are starting at the slightly earlier time of 8 p.m. And the reason for that is we have another guest coming on live. Former Swindon Town goalkeeper Rhys Evans will be joining us. So we are starting from 8. We'll be talking to Rhys about his time at Swindon, what he's up to now, and other things going on outside of football before we get into our usual episode from about 9 o'clock. So hopefully you'll all be able to join us. And because it's live, you'll be able to post some questions as well to the man himself. So hopefully that should be an enjoyable episode as well. Next Friday's episode will be a pre-recorded one. It will be the interview with Danny Wilson, but we should hopefully, if I can get the tech to work, have a little sample for you during Monday's episode. But yes, there's no Fools Rush In live next Friday because we're on our podcast Christmas party. So pre-recorded only, I'm afraid. I think that's just about it. I don't think I've forgotten anything announcements-wise. If I have, it will come to me and I will interrupt proceedings. But should we get on to the usual scheduled viewing, as they say on the telly, and let's talk about this weekend's game. Craig, I'll start with you as you appear first on the screen. How confident are you ahead of the weekend?
I'm not too sure, really. I mean, we obviously last Saturday wasn't the greatest of performances, but it was a good result, obviously. I think because Crewe, they've picked up a win, haven't they, in their last game? So they were on a very poor run. They're obviously down the wrong end of the table. So yeah, it's a difficult one really to predict how it's going to go. You don't know how we're going to perform. What Swindon team's going to turn up at the best of times. I think it obviously depends on how we line up tomorrow. It's important that we get a home win because we haven't got a game, as I think I said before, for 2 weeks now. So I think if we pick up a win, and then that leaves us in a good position, for the 2 week break. It's a shame we haven't got a game in between to sort of keep some momentum going. But I think I'm confident that we can get a win, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think we seem to have these games where we don't create many clear-cut chances, apart from against Mansfield, obviously. That seems to be the exception rather than the rule. And I think that, we can, if we can get enough chances. Sorry, my daughter's just turned up and she's
an avid Fools fan.
Okay, yeah.
I need my cover straight.
All right, I'll be up in a sec. Go on. Sorry about that.
It's all right. This is the dangers of live TV, as they say.
Well, my missus is out as well today. She's out at a Christmas market in Oxford, so it's just me on my own. But yeah, I think we can get a result. I don't know much about the actual Crewe team themselves. There's not many players that I recognise in that Crewe team when I had a look at it earlier. But yeah, I think I think we can get a result. I know when I was watching the pod on Monday, there was a few of the guys who were saying about starting Louis Reed. Now, to be honest, and I can see where people are coming from, because people are saying he can make a difference in that holding midfielder role. And we were saying about how our midfield were leaving the back four exposed, and that was obviously key to the goal that we conceded last Saturday. It was, they just cut through our midfield like a hot knife through butter, didn't they? And really left our defence, struggling. But I don't know if Louis Reed can make a difference now. Has he made a difference in the games that he started this season? 8, 9, 10 games? I can't say that he has. So I think that Ben Gladwin should be dropped to that position. I think it was half of one of the games we played in. He filled in that position and he did a good job. So I think maybe putting him and then pushing Khan further up the pitch to do what he does as a good box-to-box midfielder.
The only danger I see there is there's a difference between filling in and having to play the role.
Yeah, but I mean, Gladwin's got the experience now, hasn't he? He can. I think he's got the adaptability as well to fill into that role. He's played the game long enough that if he could go in there, or even someone like Iandolo, he's we know that he's versatile and he's a victim of his own versatility. But I just don't think that Reed is the answer there, unfortunately. People might think I'm a bit harsh writing him off, but we're over a third of the way into the season. And all right, I think he played quite well. I didn't see the game last Saturday, but he played quite well when he came on, from what I was saying. So maybe he has done enough to do that. And of course, as always, I would love to be proved wrong, but I think that holding midfielder role is going to be key tomorrow, whoever plays it and how they perform.
For me, on that point, if it's a game where we can be fairly certain, for want of a better phrase, that we're going to dictate tempo, we're going to dictate play, then yes, Gladwin can do that. If it's a game where they're going to be coming at us, I think I would rather he stay in that more advanced role and have someone with the legs, to really get about. As I've said, my concern with Khan is when he plays that role, he does go looking for the challenge, which is great, but it does leave us exposed. And there's a big open gap in front of those centre backs, and that's what I think Louis Reed does well. Is he doesn't leave the gap that exposed. He goes when he knows he can get there, or he holds his position when he knows he can't. It would be my thoughts there. While we let Craig go and take care of things at home, Ben, how about yourself? Are you confident?
Yeah, well, as Craig is stereotypically cautious, I'm going to be stereotypically bullish about it. I actually had a listen to their podcast earlier in the week, and they're quite damning about their team at the moment. They're quite down in the dumps. They're saying their last victory against Colchester really was lucky, and they didn't really deserve it. They didn't play very well at all, and the team's not really showing any spark or any sort of gumph in them at all, and they're concerned that they're going to get tanked coming down. So that's good.
They don't have a particularly good record.
No,
either, do they?
No, they're a little bit down the dumps with it, and I'm quite pleased with our presser as well, with Lindsay pointing out that really we do need to start on the front foot. We do need to get about them earlier. They are going to be a little bit short on confidence. I think formation is key. He did say we're going to play top now. He wants Wakelin. He wants Jeffcott to play together. I think that's great. I think that's huge for us. I think it's just working out whether.
And it also gives Tony a reason to be on the bench, doesn't it, Ben?
It does give Tony a reason to be on the bench. But Tony also gives us that other option as well, as he's that big hold-up striker. And if we do need to put him there and to lump one up towards the end or nick a goal, he could do that. But I think the question is the formation, whether we go with a diamond or whether we go 5 midfield. I think personally, I do think we got. I would love to see Darty as the number 10 and Reedy in the pivot, and then push Khan up 1, and then we've got 2 attacking fullbacks. If we do go for 3 at the back, I don't know if McDonald said he might be back again soon, so I think he might be on the bench. But I'd much rather have Lavinia or Blake Tracy in on the left. Because Ian Donald, though I disagree with his rating of 3,
Yeah.
he didn't particularly have a very good game last week, and really had an immediate impact on the team last weekend. I think anyone who's there would agree with an extra 5 or 10 minutes, Swindon would have won that game. And I think really did his part in pushing us on for that. So I'm confident of a good win. I have put down, and I said yesterday, I think we'll get one early, and then there's every chance to get through. I've actually gone big and said 5-0.
Ouch!
I've gone big and said 5-0.
Wow!
I think we're due a good tanking. We haven't tanked anyone home for
We're due a good tanking?
No, we haven't tanked anyone home for a good long time. So
I'm definitely going to lay that bet. That's for sure.
I think that Crewe do play a passing game. They do try and play football the right way. And if we can press and get about them, then I think they can get them to cause errors as we do occasionally. And I think we've got players to pounce and capitalise on that. And I think a formation is important to get that. And I think the tempo is important. But I think they're there for the taking.
Ben kind of mentioned it there, but the suggestion is that McDonald will return to the squad at least. We mentioned on Monday about how defensively the team set up last weekend, and obviously we took the opportunity to praise Harries. Do we think if the skipper is back in the squad, does he go straight back into the 11, or is he on the bench? Does Harries keep his place after last week?
Yeah, I wouldn't drop Harries. If we're gonna, I can't see McDonald coming straight back into the 11. I'd love him to, because everyone knows I'm a massive fan of McDonald and Clayton. The point on the formation is that if it was Clayton and McDonald were fit, then we wouldn't be playing 3 at the back. It would be those two with 2 wing backs, and it would be 4 at the back, and we'd probably play the diamond tomorrow. But I just don't think Lindsay's got that confidence in Brennan and Harries defensively to go, we're going to stick 4 at the back. So I think they'll definitely go for the 3, and I think Harries deserves to keep his place. I thought he played well last week. I'd be intrigued if McDonald could come back in. I would put McDonald in. I'd keep Brennan and Harries, and I'd put Blake Tracy out to left wing back. I just don't think Ellis did enough in that position last week for me. Just didn't create enough for us. He was busy, but just not enough on the ball to help us out. So if McDonald was fit and he could get back in, he would start tomorrow. That's the way I would do it. I would shift Blake Tracy back out to left wing back, and I would bring McDonald in alongside Brennan and Harries. But yeah, I agree with what Ben said. I think if we start fast and get at them, the first goal is massive. If we get it, I think it'll be a comfortable win for us. But they play a good style of football, and you know what I mean, they knock the ball about, and we can say that would help us. But at the end of the day, they could play through the gaps as well. They've got a good model. I've always liked the way that Crewe do things. They bring the youngsters through. They've got no fear in chucking them in. They've got a good blend. You know what I mean? A couple of good experienced players and a couple of, you know what I mean? I think that Connor Thomas plays for them. I was looking up, who, you know what I mean? I don't think he was a mug when he played for us. You know what I mean? He's a good centre
He was a player.
Yeah, I liked him. And I think he's one of those that is of that older mould, and he'll nurture the young players through. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be set in stone tomorrow that we're going to hammer them. But if we start fast with the 2 up top and get an early goal, we could be out of sight. But we've said this, we go 1-0 up in games sometimes, and we never get that second to finish teams off. So I don't know. All that matters tomorrow is 3 points. If we're realistically going to be at the top end of this league, we need to beat teams like this tomorrow. And there's no thing about it. Tranmere last week was tough, but this is a must win, I think. And it doesn't matter how it comes as long as we get the 3 points.
Yeah.
Do you share that same belief, Nick?
Yeah, I think we'll comfortable victory tomorrow. Dangerous thing to say with everybody being so positive.
What game was it that we said recently? Everyone put us down for a decent win, and we either drew or lost.
Northampton, I think everyone said we win.
It's most weeks, I think.
Most weeks we say we're going to win.
Your man here.
I think formation's going to be interesting, because I would like to see them go to a back 4, because that 5 at the back didn't work Saturday. Plus, as we said the other day, the midfielders, Gladwin was poor. I'll repeat myself. Gladwin was poor. Khan was poor. Iandolo was poor. And I think the ratings, the what was it, Total Sports Swindon put out, I think he was right in his ratings, what he got across the team. I would like to see a back four with either Reed or Khan sat in front, and then 3 and 2. Say the back five didn't work for me at all. And an option would be to put Lavinia at right back and push Hutton forward in a 3. And then he's got that attacking wing space because he is their most potent person for creating chances. Probably I don't think it'll happen. I think, whether he goes to a back 4 or stays with a 5, obviously time will tell. But I think we'll see a different performance Saturday, because listening to Lindsay, he's said what everybody else on here is saying, is it, yes, we've got to attack more. Yes, we've got to make more chances. Yes, we've got to take teams apart. And that's what he's looking to do. He's looking to get results, but he also wants us to step it up and get the fans excited about the performance. Now, if we can put that together Saturday, and we've got every chance to do that, as has been said, Crewe have been on a bad run. In last month, 6 games, they drew 4 and lost 2. They beat Colchester, who are now bottom of the league. And as Ben said, even their fans were saying they were really lucky with that. They beat Orient in the cup, but we know what our friend is for cup games at Orient, so you can't really take too much into that. So yeah, we've got every chance of getting a good result and hopefully, a good performance in at the same time.
You all seem relatively confident. You're saying there are certain things that need to fall right for it to happen that way, but the impression I'm getting from you guys is you think this is on us. If we don't get the results today, it's because we've done something wrong more than you're worried about what Crewe are going to offer. Would that be fair?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All respect to Crewe, but they're having a bit of a transitional season after getting relegated from League One, as all the League One teams that just got relegated all seem to be not doing too great at the minute. And they're just trying to get a grips again with quite a physical league, and they're not doing so well. And being at home, being promotion as our target, being on the front foot, if we don't win, we'll be very critical.
Interesting point here made by Sean. I've just flashed up on the screen, Craig. We've discussed this in various forms, but I think Ben and Warren, I think it was, both said about starting quickly. How important is it that the fans are on side from the beginning as well? Don't be quiet, and then if it's not going well to begin with, instantly start getting on the backs. It's crucial for our squad that the fans are there from the beginning, isn't it?
Well, I think the fans are always there from the beginning, but it depends on what we're doing at the beginning.
Yeah,
it's all well and good saying the fans should be motivating the team. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know what I mean? I look, if we're supposed to be doing, and I know that Lindsay, he probably shot himself in the foot when he said this at the beginning of the season. If we're supposed to be playing the exciting attacking football that we were intending to do this season, then the crowd would be excited. The crowd would be getting behind the team. The atmosphere would change. So that's down to the players to bring that game, to bring that game tomorrow, to generate that atmosphere. Don't get me wrong. The crowd plays its part. If it gets on the team too quickly, then that can have a negative effect. If you start booing players or things like that early on, or get restless, then that can have a negative effect. But no, it's down to that first 11 that Lindsay puts on the pitch tomorrow to help bring that atmosphere around.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Craig. We need to start Saturday like we finished last week, because the last 10 minutes or so, the team were pushing forward, creating chances, and the crowd were up for it then. And you started to get a good atmosphere. Like everybody said, the first 20 minutes last week, it was a sleep fest. and that is going to affect how the crowd reacts. So it's the same old thing: score in the first 15 minutes, like we say time and time again, and then push on and go for that third goal. And yes, the crowd will be behind us, and that's what we've got to do. Say start Saturday like we finished last week, and we'll be fine.
I think as well, the players have got to take some responsibility as well for when we do go a goal up and then just sit back and not create anything. Because I'm sure that's not what Lindsay's telling them to do.
No,
he's not. There's no way, there's no way he's saying, right, we're 1-0 up. Let's just take our foot off the gas and just leave it as it is. There's no way that Lindsay's telling them that. So the players have got to take some responsibility that if we do go a goal up in the first 10 minutes tomorrow, it's up to them to keep that momentum going and go for Crewe. If I agree with what Ben and everyone else has said. If there's a team that we could, really attack and get a good performance and a good result, it is against Crewe, because they like to play the football. They'll leave gaps. They'll open up. They will. They're going to be a bit similar to us. So that it's a really big chance tomorrow for us to put a marker down and say, this is the real Swindon Town. This is the team that could go up this season by playing, by playing really good attacking football. And once we go a goal up, we don't rest on our laurels. We carry on going and attacking and trying to get 2, 3, 4 goals.
I think the key is ruthlessness. I think that's the major word.
Exactly,
if we do get that goal, because the crowd will react. If we get a few corners in the first 5 minutes and we do create chances and we get that goal in the first 15, the crowd will be up and they will sing. And if the Carrot Ground will buzz if they look like they're pushing for more and they're hungry for more, because the fans feed off that energy. And likewise, so it's so important that they do get that fast stop, because the fans will respond. If it's flat and it starts a bit like Tranmere, then it goes dead and it goes the other way. But so it's all on the players. They need to create that spark and then it ignite.
Okay, fascinating stuff. And if you do want a little bit more in the way of preview for this game, it'd be rude of me not to plug this. I did some words. The Railway Men podcast, which have various content out from a Crewe perspective and a Swindon perspective. They invited me to have my say. Ben instantly, in true Ben style, read one of the questions and sent it to me. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't read it, but my instant reaction to Ben was, have you read my answer to this question?
I had. It's something that I would say. But can I just point out that that's a beautiful man that was on that picture as well. Wish him all the best.
Always, except for
one game.
Do you know what? I hope he scores and England win. But if he scores, I'm still going to cheer. I'm like,
I hope he gets on the pitch.
Especially if they go 1-0 up, I will not be cheering.
Oh, under my breath, I still will. I still love him. I'm still going to love him.
Wow. I fear that you may have taken us off course somewhere there. Mike is can't see us keeping a clean sheet, but if we attack, we could win 3-1. Ben's already gone big with his score predictions, but let's hear what you guys think then, Craig.
I think 2-1 Swindon.
Okay, Nick?
I'll go 4-1 Swindon, and I think it's critical we win that game, especially not having a game the following week. And I know it would have been FA Cup, but we need to have a win and then have a break, come back refreshed, and crack on then for the rest of the season.
Okay, was that?
I'd love to be proved wrong, but I just think we'll break them down eventually, and then I think we'll win 2-0. I just we're never going to run away. I just don't think with it. We've tried, and I do love that he's going for the 2 up top. I think that's massive. So we hopefully can get more chances created. But
sorry,
no, go on.
No, I was going to say, in the end of the day, if a defender scores off the back of his arse in the 93rd minute and we win 1-0, that will still do.
Yeah, it'll do. But, 2-0. I just think we won't be ruthless enough.
Okay. On Monday, Rich spoke very well about the women's football at the weekend. Just a reminder, thanks to Woody for providing the information for me. First team in County Cup action. It's a repeat of last year's final away at Warminster. Developments have no game this weekend. The under-18s are at home to Headington. We also spoke, guys, about on Monday, this was the FA Cup draw. I haven't seen or heard any news which would suggest it's less likely that the free weekends they're going to be able to use the county ground, which would be a shame in my opinion. I hope that there's still time to arrange it if it is possible, because it would be great to have that tie at the county ground, in my opinion. And we did have a couple of weeks ago, obviously Woody announced his position within the club, and we had a couple of messages regarding what happens now, because obviously we as a podcast had sponsored Woody. I'm pleased to say that we have had communication now from the people behind Swindon Town Women's, and we hope to have an announcement very soon on what happens with that sponsorship. But something certainly is happening, is all I can tell you there.
Who's not out?
On Woody.
On Woody.
So we head over to the second half, essentially, of tonight's episode. And gents, we have not one, but two World Cup themed quizzes this evening. So I hope you've got your brains in gear for a Friday night pub quiz, which I'm sure is going to be nice and straightforward. No controversy, no childish gamesmanship, no nothing. I've got the starter for you, courtesy of our friend John. He has sent some questions to see how much you know about players who have been at a World Cup that have also represented Swindon. Before Craig then really tests your intricate knowledge of World Cups past and present. So here we go, gents. What John has prepared for you, he's even submitted, because he's very kind like this, he's even submitted rules and a point scoring system for me. Which is
honestly, we should get him on just to do the hosting of these quizzes, you know.
Do you know what we should? Sometime we should just say, John, come on and host a quiz.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do the whole episode. Just come and host a quiz one night.
Dangly waistcoat and stuff.
So, listen carefully. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 here. And it's Swindon managers who have also been at World Cups. You get 2 points if you get the year or years, and 1 point just for naming the nation. Okay? So a nice, easy one to start with. Paul Sturrock.
Scotland.
82.
Scotland. 82 is correct. There is also another one.
Glenn Hoddle, England.
No, another year.
Oh, another year, sorry.
86.
86, correct. Yeah. John, I did clarify. John's frantically making no. They played at the World Cup. They managed Swindon. Just to be clear. So yes, Paul Sturrock was represented Scotland in 82 and 86. Jimmy Quinn,
Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland is correct. Which year?
78.
No.
Bit early, isn't it? Really, for Jimmy Quinn. 86.
No, it can't. But sorry, 1 second. John's saying it's the other way. No, they were Swindon managers, and they played in the World Cup. It can't be the other way around. They couldn't have played for Swindon and managed in the World Cup. Paul Sturrock didn't manage Scotland in 82 and 86.
We know what it means.
Anyway, so Jimmy Quinn, you got Northern Ireland, but what year?
Am I out, by the way?
No, we'll make it a team game as such. Any ideas at all?
Only
so
what
it's
Lee
not
says.
78. It's not 82, I'm afraid.
86.
86 is correct.
Yeah, it would have to be, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be 19, not 94, so it would have been 86.
Steve McMahon.
1990,
England.
Correct, in 1990. Ozzy Ardiles.
Argentina.
Argentina is correct. Not 86, Ben. No.
And he win it in 86. I'm obviously not.
82.
Not 82.
78 was it?
78 is correct. Nick.
78, crikey.
And well done, Sean, who just popped up on the screen at the same time there. 78 was correct. Should we just leave this one for Ben? John Sheridan.
Republic of Ireland, 1990, the absolute.
Republic of Ireland in 1990 is correct. But Ben, he went twice.
94.
94 is correct. The one you've been waiting for, Glenn Hoddle?
England.
England managed in 98 and probably played in 70. We didn't get a World Cup in 70s, did we? 82.
He did play in 82. He also played
86.
86, correct. Two more. This one's going to be tough, especially with Joe not being here. Dave Mackay.
Oh,
He's Scottish, isn't he?
He is Scottish.
Scottish.
okay, it's Scottish in England.
What year did he go to the World Cup, though?
74.
Not even close, Nick.
Oh.
60.
Oh, yeah, he was old man then, wasn't he?
70.
70?
No.
70.
No.
They weren't there in the 70s. It's 70, were they?
I'm guessing. I don't know. Scotland never qualified.
Mike's not happy with you, gentlemen, by the way.
I've just realised I've been fucking muted. I've been shouting answers. And Waz's just messaged me saying, Craig, you're muted.
I You're trying to help out.
I was just looking at Craig and he was just going. I was like, Craig.
Thought my Wi-Fi had gone again.
I didn't even notice.
Craig, get back on the wine. That beer's doing you no good.
Oh, I know, mate. I know. I think I should, mate. Yeah. Good job. It's a good job I'm hosting the next quiz, isn't it? So.
Craig, did you know what year that Dave Mackay went to the World Cup?
No.
Anybody want to hazard a guess?
66.
66 is incorrect.
No.
70.
58.
58. Well done, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last one, and I'm taking.
Oh, it's 4.
I'm taking some credit here because me and John were discussing this, and we were trying to think if there was any more. And I just plucked one out of thin air, and he said I was correct. This gentleman featured in 2 World Cups, just to help you guys out. Maurice Malpass.
Scotland.
Scotland,
78 and 82.
No.
86 and 90.
86 and 90 is correct, Craig.
Very good, Craig.
Mute him again.
Well, that's got your brains nice and warm now. Craig, I hand over the reins to you as we test ourselves on our World Cup knowledge.
Okay, can you hear me all okay?
Yeah, you're not
Pardon?
used now, mate.
What?
Okay. So, yeah, just a general World Cup quiz. So this is about the tournaments. It's the tournament itself, not the qualifying, nothing to do with qualifiers. And when
John Taysay.
Sorry?
John Taysay, is he an answer?
I don't know.
Oh. What do you mean you don't know? It's your quiz.
What did you say?
I said John Taysay, is he an answer?
Oh, right. I don't know. No, he's not. No.
He's
I don't know who he is.
He's the North Korean striker who kept crying at the national anthem.
Right.
One of the all-time iconic World Cup moments.
Right. Okay.
You want to get out more, Fifey?
Yeah,
Well, I do, but no one wants to go out with me, Nick.
Right then. Okay. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Born ready.
Obviously, anyone in the comments, feel free to. Yeah,
I'll keep an eye on the comments. So you keep an eye on the scores, Craig.
I will. Yeah, I got it here. Yeah.
Good lad.
I've got a little post-it note with people's names.
Oh, that's going to go well then, isn't it?
Either way.
Right. So nice, easy one. To start off with.
England.
You turn it into Ben. Keep interrupting me. When was the first World Cup held, and where was it hosted?
Uruguay,
Uruguay in
1934.
I want to say
52.
38.
Nick was right, Uruguay, but you guys haven't got the date yet.
1938.
No.
66, 62, 58, 54, 1950.
No.
52.
It's every 4 years, Ben.
54.
Yeah, I know, but I thought Fifey was wrong.
If you can't count in fours, 46.
No. It was
42.
Sorry?
42.
Yeah, no, of course it went
During the
40.
war.
Oh, yeah. Fucking hell.
All right, I'll put you out of your misery.
Jesus. Hang on,
19
we've got some guesses. Is it 30?
Sean's correct.
Well,
1930.
Sean.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, 1930 it was.
Well, around the 30s.
Oh, to be fair, Woody also put it. I missed that while I was trying to guess
Woody.
myself. You see, Mike, there. I have no knowledge about the World Cup, so I should fit right in.
Right.
Like,
So, name the 5 countries that have hosted the World Cup twice.
not England.
Germany.
England haven't hosted it twice.
Let's say not England.
France.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of them.
Italy.
Germany.
Italy's right. Germany's right. One more.
America.
USA.
No.
Can't be another European one, surely. Argentina.
Mexico. Uruguay.
Brazil.
Somebody already said Mexico. Yeah, who said Mexico just then? Was that you, Ben? Yeah. Mexico's one. Sorry, there's one more. Yeah, Sean's got it. Brazil was the other one.
Brasilia.
Yeah.
Well, when I said no controversy, even Warren's logged off in disgust. Absolute disgust that Fifey said Brazil and got no points.
Yeah, Fifey did say Brazil.
Was it for? Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm here for as with PE at school, mate. I just take part for the taking part. I don't play to win.
It's all right. You'll get the trophy for being there.
Participation award.
Participation award.
Okay, next one. How many countries have competed in the World Cup in its history? There's been 20, I think, something like that. 20 World Cups.
I would
21.
Say
21 World Cups.
62.
How many, Ben?
62.
62. Anyone else want to guess?
75.
109.
What? That's a
Was
lot.
80.
Okay, well, Wazza was the closest. It was 79.
Ooh.
Well
done,
done.
Ross.
Word was.
Well, I got the 9 right.
Yeah. Okay, which country has won the most World Cups and how many for a bonus point?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Brazil 3.
4.
4 is it?
Well, Fifey got Brazil first, but you guys haven't guessed the number
6.
correct yet.
5.
No.
3.
Wazza's right. It was 5.
Is it?
5
Bloody
times, yeah.
John was also right. Congratulations. As was Sean's good at this, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well
Well done, Sean.
Don't even. We might invite John on to host a quiz one night, but don't invite Sean on because he make us look shit.
We do that very well ourselves.
Yeah, very well.
Right, so which World Cup was the first World Cup to have the countries from the home nations attending?
When did we say the first one was?
1930.
England didn't come into it 1954, did they? Because you thought it was beneath us.
1950.
You are correct, Fifey.
Yes!
1950 it was.
that might be.
Okay, South Korea finished 4th in the 2002 World Cup. Only one other Asian country has reached the quarterfinals. Which country was it, and what World Cup was that in?
North Korea
Japan.
66.
Nick, you got it?
Superb, Nick.
Yes.
Weren't North Korea a communist state then? They've done quite well.
Yeah.
Well, just because they're a communist state, they're not allowed
Well,
to get
to be
the
fair,
same
there
finals of the World
wasn't
Cup.
a second round in '66, so it was 4 teams and top 2 went through to the quarters.
Let's
Who
not,
was
let's not
They was-
upset
they
the
were-
North
they were
Koreans. shall we?
3-0 up against
No, I'm not
Portugal,
saying
weren't
the
they?
North Koreans.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because they're countries like under a cloud of secrecy and
It's not Area 51, Ben.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, Ben, this is Fools Rush In. It's not the geopolitical.
Yeah.
podcast.
I was just explaining myself. I'll get back in my box.
We don't want any fucking nuclear missiles coming
I'm
over and
just
smashing my
joking.
laptop.
I'm just joking with you, Ben. Right, next question. Who was the youngest member of Gareth Southgate's squad in 2018?
I should know this.
Oh, he's played for Southampton. Oh, what?
Not Theo.
Theo.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's Sven's World Cup
Theo
squad.
Walker.
Guys,
No,
you're about 20 years
2018.
too late.
Oh,
Gareth Southgate's squad in 2018.
Southgate. Sorry.
Fucking hell. Theo Walcott was the youngest member of Gareth Southgate's squad.
No, not Rashford.
Gareth Southgate took a load of
Tucker.
They've all got age 32.
what's Saka?
Oh my god. No, it can't be Rashford. Trent's
Sorry?
a shout.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, that's right. What was
Yeah,
it? You got
Trent.
it.
Well done, Wazza.
Get some sense in. Well done, was.
Well,
Right.
it's my generation.
Gold, Franklin, Trent, and Mer.
I realised when I was writing this up, a lot of the questions were pre Wazza and Rich and stuff like that. So I thought I better throw a few.
Hey, let's just clarify. Like, I appreciate Wazza is a very good-looking chap, right? But let's just clarify. There's like 18 months. There's like 18 months between me and Wazza. So if it's outside Wazza's era, it's also outside Fifey's era.
All right, fair enough, Mike. You obviously had a difficult paper rounds, didn't you?
I did. Look at the state of this.
You look trim, mate. You look good.
It's no. Let's not get on beard chat again. We did this in the intro.
Yeah.
No.
Right. Next one. In 1982, who
Shit.
scored England's fastest ever goal?
Ryan Robson.
Well done, Nick. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, that's controversial.
Oh.
I think Ben got that, Craig.
No, I got that. Brian
No,
Robson
did you?
straight away
Yeah,
against
that was
France.
Ben. I think that was Ben.
I don't. Well, Ben needs to be louder then, doesn't he?
Absolutely robbed Ben.
Sorry, mate. It was in England's 3-1 win over France.
France.
27 seconds.
Yeah,
Cheers, Joe.
I remember it.
Okay.
Woody. He
Good old
was
Woody.
absolutely.
Definitely. You're piss off, Woody.
Well done, Nick, for stealing Ben's point.
Ah!
This is descending into chaos, Craig. Get back behind the wheel.
Oh, no.
Craig,
Oh,
stop it. You're sounding like Ben Sky salesman now.
Oh,
You're cancelled.
brilliant.
cancelled. What?
Okay.
I don't understand.
Right. There are 5 countries that have got to the final of the World Cup but have never won it. Name those countries.
Holland?
Portugal.
Yeah. No, Fifey, not Portugal. Yeah, Holland. You're correct, Ben.
No, not Argentina.
4 more.
Hungary?
Yeah, that's right, Ben.
Well
Yeah.
done, Ben.
Croatia?
Yep, you're right.
Croatia,
Well
yeah.
Shout.
Yeah, Croatia last
Holland.
done. Ben said Holland.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you probably get a point anyway.
Well, all right, yeah. I'll just
Take the
cross it
fucker off him, Craig.
Yeah, I have. I've given it to Wazza now.
It's fucking me that said it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 2 points.
I'm joking. I haven't done it. I haven't done that, Ben. Right, there's
So
2 more teams.
sorry, can we clarify? Who have we said so far?
Hungary, Holland, and Croatia. There's 2 more teams.
Russia?
No,
Belgium.
no.
Ben's just intent on naming every country trying to start wars.
I'll narrow it
Denmark.
down. I'll narrow it down for you. Both teams are in Europe. Yeah, Lipo has got it right. Yeah, Czech
Sweden.
Republic and Jordan. Yeah.
Czech Republic and Sweden, was it?
Yeah, Czech Republic, 1934 and 1962, and Sweden, 1958.
They've been Czechoslovakia.
Oh, yeah. Sweden. Well, it was Brazil beat them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pele.
We don't know, Nick. You were the only one alive.
Oh, it's only 4.
Yeah.
How does being 4 negate for the fact that you were alive?
Still alive.
Well, in case I don't remember the game.
Well, you've got a cracking memory.
No.
No.
Right. Next one then. What was different about the final in 1950 that makes it unique to every other final in a World Cup?
No fans.
Nope.
No bookings.
50.
Thinking more of the format.
Wasn't played on a Sunday.
No.
2 legs.
Played over 2 legs.
No.
There was no game. It was just a penalty shootout.
There was a game, at least one game.
It went to a replay.
No.
The match was abandoned.
There was more than one game.
Oh, 2 legs. I said
And
2
it
legs.
was no, it wasn't 2 legs, and it wasn't a replay.
Wasn't abandoned, wasn't a replay, wasn't over 2 legs.
That's right.
John's
But
just
more
guessing
than one
everything
game.
possible.
More than one game.
Why would there be more than one game?
There was no replay and there was no 2 legs.
Yeah. So there was more
Oh,
than
was the first game voided for some reason, so they had to replay it?
no.
Said no
this is-
replays.
That would have been abandoned.
I have
Do you
no
want me
idea.
to tell you?
Who was in the final? Maybe that'll prompt Nick's memory.
Well, if I tell you who was in the final, it would give away the answer.
Ah.
What was different? There was more than 2.
There was
games.
no European team in the final.
No. It's about the format.
Oh, it's like a round robin then.
You got it, Nick. Yeah. 4 teams in the final. It was a group. It was a final group, and it was a round robin. It was called a final
It was
pool.
like a little mini league table at the end, and who finished
Yeah.
top of the league table?
So it
would
was
all-
Uruguay.
I'll tell you what, never trust FIFA with anything.
It was
They did
Uruguay, Brazil, Sweden, and Spain in the what they called the final pool, and they all played each other once. But the actual last game to be played in that group was actually the decider between Uruguay and Brazil, which Uruguay won. So it was kind of like a cup final, as it worked out in the end.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
Sepp Blatter ideal.
Yeah, that
in 1950.
He was probably alive, to be
He
fair.
was probably
Then
around then. And do you know what? He probably took
probably
4
still
months,
doing that.
4 countries,
Counting
from a
his
smaller
money.
final place, and worked his way around it. Took 4
Right,
months.
so,
He was 4 like Nick.
yeah. Right, which country was the only team to go unbeaten in the 2010 World Cup?
Germany.
No.
Who won it in 2010?
I don't know.
It might have been Germany.
Germany hardly ever lose. That's the only reason I said that.
Was that the year they actually spanked Brazil?
Remember, you
Spain.
can still
Spain.
you can still lose a game in the group stages
Yeah.
and go on and win it.
Yeah, Spain.
You say we're unbeaten all the way through.
Only country in that tournament were
Oh,
unbeaten.
hang on. Did they?
Argentina.
No.
Wait, can you just say the question again? Because I think you're being specific in what you're saying. I'm guessing it's someone who drew 3 games and got eliminated.
Which country was
Spain.
the only team to go unbeaten in the 2010 World Cup?
Spain.
No.
No, I think they drew 3
Norway,
games.
Norway.
No.
Oh, I knew Norway drew 3 games and went out. Oh.
No.
I reckon they drew 3 games.
Which
Norway.
which World Cup was it?
Ghana.
2010.
2010. South Africa.
Right. I'll give you a clue. Fife, you were right. They drew all 3 of their group games but didn't qualify.
Oh, it's going to be someone garbage, isn't it? It's going to be an absolute garbage side.
I think
gonna
I
be-
think I think this is the only World Cup this country has qualified for, I think.
Scotland.
Togo.
They drew with Spain. They did.
Australia.
I know. I think I remember. That's why I said Norway. I thought it was them.
Sorry, Joe. No, Scotland didn't have qualified for that. That was in the
It was
last.
garbage. That was,
That was this
South
millennium.
Africa, wasn't it? South Africa.
Just while we think, South Africa was 2010, I believe. That Shabalala commentary for that goal was iconic.
Goal for South Africa. It's a goal for all of Africa.
Bafana.
2010.
That's what's his name. He's the best commentator in the world. Martin Jury, Peter Jury, best
Peter
commentator.
Drury, yeah.
No one's got it in the comments yet at the moment either.
Everyone's saying that they drew with Spain. It's like helpful, but who drew with Spain?
All right, I'll tell you.
Australia.
It was said Australia, but no.
New Zealand.
I got it.
Ben got it. Yeah, Ben said.
Oh,
New
that was
Zealand.
Rory Fallon.
Yeah.
Was that Rory Fallon's year?
No, it's 2010.
Yeah, it was New Zealand. Well done, Ben.
New Zealand. It certainly wasn't France or Trinidad and Tobago, but good guesses,
Great
everyone.
shout, though.
All right.
Very
Which
good shout.
player has played the most games in the World Cup?
Pele.
No.
Eusebio.
No.
Oh, is
Sergio
it not the
Ramos.
Hungarian guy?
What'd you say, was it?
Sergio Ramos.
No.
Maradona.
No.
Is it the Hungarian guy?
No.
Hey, I'm a Hungarian guy.
Is that your impression of a Hungarian guy?
My name is Sergio, the Hungarian guy.
No, Argentina haven't been very good this decade for Messi to get very far.
I'll give you a clue.
Beckenbauer.
No. But he was German.
Thomas Muller.
No.
Oh,
Schweinsteiger.
Rummenigge.
No.
He was around for years, wasn't he?
Lipo's got it. Mateus. Lothar Mateus.
Yeah, Lothar Mateus.
For a
Oh,
bonus
that
point.
horrible little bastard.
To be fair, Lothar Mateus consoled Chris Waddle after he missed the penalty in 1990. So he weren't that bad.
Yeah, he was just saying you tosser.
Just some other notable mentions, just because they're absolutely class. That should be Pirlo. And then
Maldini.
2 shouts for Maldini. What a player Maldini was.
What a player.
Absolute silk.
For a bonus point, can anyone guess the amount of appearances that Lothar Mateus made?
25.
Oh, well done, Ben. Spot
Fuck
on.
off.
Whoa!
25. Yeah. Well done.
Come on, tomorrow, boys.
Right.
That and New Zealand.
How is it you can tell?
New Zealand.
Yeah, how is it you can remember New Zealand? You can guess he's done 25 World Cup appearances, but you can't just simply sign a contract to get a TV delivered.
Oh, fuck off. I did. I signed that contract. It said, press, right, I got a text message from Sky going,
Mikey, look what you've done. Ben, Ben.
Texting on this YouTube, it's a nightmare. Mike say point to Nick.
You're never going to live it down, Ben, I think, this whole Sky thing.
Oh, do you know, it's a press this button, so I've got to press the text. Got that.
Oh, we don't need to go through it again.
And then I got an email from
You signed him off.
Ready, next question.
Who is the all-time top goal scorer in the World Cup?
Pele.
No.
Eusebio.
It's more modern times.
Muller.
No.
Oh, Muller's a great shout. Closer.
Yeah, close is correct. 5
Oh,
Good shape.
damn. Yeah. it
You
was.
just weren't closer enough, was there?
Oh.
For a bonus point, can anyone guess how many goals?
12.
Closer. No.
9.
No.
18.
15.
Was is correct. 16.
Yes.
Right.
I just wasn't closer enough, was I?
No, you weren't, mate.
Not close enough.
Right. Which footballer is the only 3-time World Cup winner?
Pele.
Yeah, that's correct, Ben. Yeah.
Oh.
He actually didn't.
One of the answers was going to be Pele.
Yeah,
Eventually, Pele was coming.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Pele didn't actually play in the 62 World Cup final, but FIFA retrospectively gave him a winner's medal.
Of course they did.
Yeah, because back then only the players who played in the final got medals, not the squad. But he got a medal, so he is classed as a 3-time World Cup winner.
I retrospectively got a medal for Swindons League 2 title-winning campaign for turning up as well.
We know you're good at turning up, Fivey.
I retrospectively got a Sky Glass TV.
Oh, They're crap anyway, Ben. Don't bother with it.
Unless, of course, anyone from Sky is watching and would like to sponsor us, in which case...
Yeah.
We love you. Not.
Right.
Look at fuck off, Mike!
yeah. Let me just check.
Woody isn't here.
Let me just check. Pele's not an answer for the rest of the questions, mate. So yeah, you'd have to come up with something else.
So I just keep shouting Eusebio. He's got to turn up at some point.
No, he's not. I'll put you out your misery now. He's not an answer. So
there's no Eusebio and there's no John Tay-Say. What is going on? What sort of quiz is this?
Pete Schill.
Right. Brazil's Mario Zagallo and West Germany's Franz Beckenbauer have won the World Cup as both player and manager. Yeah. There's one more person who's won it as player and manager.
Didier Deschamps.
Well done, Fifey.
Yeah, well done.
Oh. Didier.
Yes,
he did.
Right.
Why didn't that get up? Oh,
that's quite funny. Didier, yes, he did.
Okay. How many goals in total have England scored in the World Cup? We've played in 15 tournaments.
14 goals.
I would.
14 goals in 15 tournaments.
Because everyone always says how negative we are, so we clearly don't score goals. And did anyone watch the tournament in Brazil where we couldn't even fucking get over the halfway line? Never mind shoot.
I'd say we're on about 51.
No. Remember, we'd have played 45 games at least.
120.
Great shout.
Nope.
65.
No.
99.
No. 100.
If you guessed yet.
100 and.
Oh, look, the cat's blocking his Google search.
100 and. No, it's not. 162.
No, you was all wrong. Closest was Wazza with 99. It was 91 goals.
40-ish, John. Come on.
So point goes to Wazza. So we're about halfway through. So I'll just give you a score check.
I forgot about the scores.
Wazza and Ben are joint in the lead with 7.
Who goes in descending order?
I do. So it's just. And then it's Fifey and Nick both on 5. So it's pretty close.
It's close.
All to play for in the.
Did you give him my Brian Robson?
Sorry?
Yes, I had. Get off. Brian Robson was mine.
Hashtag let Nick have the point.
Yeah. I need them. You know I'm shite at quizzes.
Right. Which country became the first from Africa to compete at a World Cup?
Cameroon.
No.
Morocco.
Egypt.
Nick's correct. It was
well done, Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Well done.
The rails.
1934. They were in that was their first World Cup. Right. In 1962, what happened to Jimmy Greaves when he collected a stray dog during England's quarter-final with Brazil?
It bit
Got bit.
No.
Peed on him.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it, Ben. Yeah, it pissed on him, and because they didn't have a change of shirts, he had to wear that shirt for the whole game.
Well, at least the defenders wouldn't go near him.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's a story. Razor Ruddock used to deliberately piss himself, which is odd because he's
because he's a big fat slob. That's why.
No, he was just pissed up. That's what it was.
Which I thought was odd because he's a defender, not a striker. If you're a striker and you did it, it keeps defenders off you. But if you're a defender and you do it, that's just a bit odd.
He was just pissed, Razor. That's what it was.
He probably is. But yeah, no, he used to say he deliberately pee himself sometimes.
Twat.
Right.
I do believe he also represented his nation on one occasion.
He did, Razor.
Yeah, was it Graham when Graham Taylor was manager?
And they say they just give England caps away.
Yeah, Graham Taylor definitely did. In 1966, North Korea beats Italy in one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history. What ground was that game played at?
Ayrton Park.
Well done, Nick. Yeah, Ayrton Park.
Remember it well.
Don't shake your head, Fifey.
I'm getting fucking spanked.
It was
in this
there.
business.
Right, so, who was the first England player to be sent off at the World Cup?
Oh,
Jack Charlton.
no. Oh, I do know this. Brian Robson?
No.
This is before our time, was it?
Yeah, we're not in this one.
Great
shot.
shot.
That's a great shout, John.
Ray Wilkins. That's
Yes,
him.
he's correct. Yeah.
Butch Wilkins. What a
They
player.
both got sent off in that game, didn't they?
What a lovely
They both
man
get
and
sent
what a
off?
player.
I don't know.
Well,
I
one
don't
got
know.
injured, I think, and went off.
Yeah, I think Robson got injured. that
Injured,
day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder.
Do you know,
Joe,
do you
that
know-
might not have been the right answer, but that was the first player I remember being sent off for England.
Yeah.
That
You-
cheeky little
I was
backup
going,
Simone
could it-
going down like he
Could
was
we have
shot.
been that well disciplined?
For a bonus point, do you want to know what he got sent off for? It was a second yellow. Do you know what the actual offence was that he did, Ray Wilkins?
Swore at the ref.
no.
No, he threw the ball at him.
That's right, Nick. Yeah, he threw the ball at the ref. Yeah.
No.
Nick's coming in
You're
strong
just
now.
giving points out now willy nilly.
Yeah, well, he wants Nick to win because he took Brian Robson off me.
Oh, the fuck! Do you know what? Do you know what, Ben? I reckon it was Brian Robson that took your telly off you and all.
I'd have him.
No, it was Nick. Nick's got a Sky Glass 10.
Right. In 28 the 2018 World Cup holds the
We're
record.
in Worcester.
Holds the record for the most what?
Goals.
No.
Yellow
Sending
cards.
offs.
No.
Offsides.
Booking.
No.
Corners.
No.
Amount of inappropriate internet content about the fans in the stadiums.
No.
Most watched.
You were close with goals.
Own goals.
Yeah, you got it, Hyphy.
And
For a
goals.
bonus point, do you want to guess how many?
4.
7.
No.
8.
6.
No.
5.
9. 7.
I said 7.
No.
But keep it
4.
anyway, so I said it.
All right, we could be here a while.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, well done, Fyfey. You got it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
12 own goals.
12. Wow.
And how many of those were John Stones and Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
Right.
Great stuff.
Which country will go to Qatar in their first World Cup in 64 years?
Wales.
Yeah, that's it, Fyfey.
Well done, 5 feet.
Super Johnny, yes, sir.
Right. Who is England's all-time goal scorer at the World Cup?
Lineker.
Gary
Yeah,
Lineker.
that's right, Nick.
I wanted
Yes.
to say Lineker, yeah.
Wow.
For a
Jack
bonus,
Grealish.
Flying.
for a bonus point, do you know how many goals?
6.
No.
15.
9.
No.
16.
12.
13.
7.
13.
What
11.
did you say, Ben?
10.
Yeah, you got it, mate. 10 goals. Right, in 1950, India qualified.
Sorry, I've got to flash that one.
47. Super Gary Lineker. Whoa.
Brilliant. In 1950, India qualified for the competition, but withdrew partly due to financial reasons and partly for another reason. Can you guess that reason?
One of their players claimed to be 21 and he was actually 64.
Kit? Didn't have
No.
the kit.
They love cricket instead.
It clashed with the
They actually
2020.
qualified, so they must have, they must have wanted to go. But there was a reason.
It's just everyone else in that qualifying group was that shit. India didn't even try and qualified.
There was a rule that FIFA had that India didn't want to adhere to. Basically, we're talking about something that's very. Unusual.
FIFA insisted that they get a bung, and India refused to pay it.
India didn't pay.
They weren't allowed to wear their turbans.
No, that was a good shout, Nick. But no, FIFA required them to wear football boots, and Indian players played barefoot, so they refused.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that. That was quite
Ow!
That was 1950.
Oh, to be fair play to Lipo there.
Oh, well done. Yeah, it was down to boots.
The chemist.
I was going to say the chemist.
Yeah.
Bloody boots.
Okay, what year was the first Women's World Cup held?
1958.
Wait, no.
No,
I'm sure
way
Woody's
back
told us this before, because was women's
Come on,
football not
Woody.
a thing before men's football?
before around the
Yeah, that
war.
was
36.
I think it was quite early.
No,
32.
no, it's not. You're. It's
Yeah, I was going to say.
you're not even. You're nowhere near.
1994.
No,
Is it in the same year as the World Cup, men's World
no,
Cup?
it's not. It's
No, they
an odd
never played
number.
them the same year.
95.
Woody says he has told us.
Woody, what is the year then, you twonk?
John's saying 84.
85.
91.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes!
91.
Oh, Fifey, well done.
You were born, Fifey.
I was one.
See, so you're 0.
This is getting very close. This
In
is.
1991 on 5th birthday.
Who was the youngest player ever to play in the World Cup?
Pele. No, it's not Pele. We're not doing that anymore, are we? Youngest player.
We're not doing-
It's not an English player, Ben, and any players.
No, I said Pele, but it's not him.
Oh,
As you said, the answer's not Pele for the rest of the tournament.
I should know this, really, shouldn't I?
Youngest player.
Was he European? Messi.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was European.
Ronaldo.
No.
Figo.
Shout.
No.
Zidane.
I'll put you out of your misery. It was Norman Whiteside for Northern Ireland. In
Was it?
1992.
Bloody hell.
17 years,
Oh!
42 days.
Right, there's definitely some Googling going on here, look. Because just as the answer comes
Oh,
out,
Woody.
I knew
Woody.
Whiteside.
because I knew that.
Whiteside.
I knew that answer. I knew it was Whiteside.
Yeah, you're of that era, though.
I was 2 years old. I wasn't even 2 then.
Yeah, I said Nick should have got one earlier because he was 4.
Right, next one then. In the 2018 World Cup,
Oh, we're in again, was there?
Egyptian goalkeeper Essam El Hadari, I think I'm pronouncing that right,
I believe it's El Hadori.
El Hadori then, became the oldest player ever to play in the World Cup. How old was he?
43.
49.
No.
47.
No.
45.
Yeah, you got it right, was 45.
I guess.
That's it. You keep checking the chat, was well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my Wi-Fi isn't quick enough to keep up with the chat, mate.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Thank you to everyone who is watching for joining in. It's nice to know that I'm not the only one consistently getting these wrong.
Well, you're doing all right at the moment. It's not too bad. It's better than when we did the Swindon quiz, that's for sure.
Yeah, we know more about Egyptian goalkeepers than we do about Swindon Town.
Exactly.
There's a trail for this episode.
Yeah.
I was just plucking numbers.
Quite a lot of guess work.
We just got to fill the gap while Craig has another drink.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a bit of a dry throat, so yeah.
You want to try doing this twice a week, mate?
Yeah, true.
Guys,
when
we've done well because he's been on mute for the past 20 minutes. We've done really well.
Come on, Thomas.
Right. When England were knocked out of the 2006 World Cup on penalties by Portugal, who was the only England player to convert their penalty?
Ashley Cole.
No.
Steven Gerrard.
No.
Frank Lampard.
No.
Owen Hargreaves.
Yeah, you got it, 5 feet.
Yeah, well
what a
done,
shout.
5 feet. Good
Do
shout.
you know what? If he wasn't made of fucking paper, he would have been an absolute
He
player.
would have
Owen
been.
Hargreaves.
Great holding
Amazing.
midfielder, wasn't he?
He was class.
I would have been quite happy for him to sit in front of our back too.
Yeah.
Even now, with one
Right,
leg.
Well, I don't know. He's a bit. His form's a bit shaky on BT or whatever it is he does.
He's no Louis Reed.
Yeah.
Right, there's the topic for the chat. Peak Owen Hargreaves or Louis Reed? Who do we want?
Right, back to Russia 2018.
Nice win, was it?
England lost their final group match 1-0 to Belgium. Who was the former Man United player who scored?
Adnan Januzaj.
Yeah, you got it. Was her? Yeah, Januzaj.
It was me, Fifey.
Oh, it's not nice, is it, Fifey?
No, I'll tell you why that was her. Because I gave you a full and definitive Adnan Januzaj. He went, Januzaj. It's not even Januzaj. It's Januzaj.
Oh, Fifey.
What's he got that?
Oh, fucking
Tell me about
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Guys, do you want to know the scores as we get into the final question?
Yeah,
Oh,
go on.
we're at the final question.
Yeah, we're at the final question. So we've got Wazza, Ben, and Nick on 9.
Yeah.
And then Fifey's in the lead on 10.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So I'm hoping that Fifey gets this wrong, or if someone gets this right other than Fifey,
You're going to have to Google another question.
yeah, I'll have to Google another question.
Can't you mute him?
By the way, if I don't win this, look, Joe knows fucking robbed.
Nah, sorry,
This is the
Joe.
come from
Yeah,
behind
sorry
feel
for
good
you.
story Hollywood's been looking for.
All right, you drama queen. Okay, right. Final question then, lads.
You watch this be from 1930 something.
Yeah, I
well,
bet it is.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I didn't know this one, so yeah, I don't think any of you will get it probably.
Oh,
Right.
great.
Each country has a star on their shirt to show the number of World Cups that they've won. Like England, we've got 1 star on our badge, haven't we?
Yeah.
Despite only winning it twice, why do Uruguay why does Uruguay have 4 stars? So Uruguay have only won the World Cup twice, but they have 4 stars on their badge. Why do they have 4 stars?
Is it because 2 of them are part of the actual badge and not the gold stars?
No.
They including Copa
It's
America.
because they won the first World Cup.
No.
Copa America wins.
No.
Finalists.
No.
Ben's desperate to take this to a tiebreaker. I'd love Joe. I don't know how this would work, but I'd love Joe to be right just with a random.
Well, the 2 stars that they well, Woody's close. They had 2.
They got a star because of the Olympics. That's what Woody's saying, isn't it?
Yeah. It was basically they won the 1924 and 1928 Olympics in football, and because at the time before the 1930 World Cup was held, FIFA recognised them as the world champions, so they were allowed to have the 2 stars.
So to clarify, nobody got that right, which means,
yeah, Fifey, you are the winner. Congratulations.
Well done, Fifey.
yes, it's
Well
about
done,
time. I won 1.
And that was also why Uruguay were the hosts for the first World Cup in 1930, because they were technically the world champions according to FIFA. So
Why are you booing?
Yeah.
All boo.
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
well done, guys. That was really close. Yeah.
Brian
So, like I
Robson
said-
robbed me. Brian Robson.
Oh, give it a rest. Look, just because I've got your telly as well, it's no need to keep on. I said to Sky, they said they've only got 1 left, but it's just on its way. I said, I'll have it.
That's a great shout from Mike, by the way, Fifey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
What did Mike say?
Put it up then, Fifey. Come on.
Pop that up then.
Put it up.
Yeah.
Put it up.
I will. Okay, hang on. for anyone on audio, the comment that I'm flashing up on screen is Mike suggesting that the winner buys the drinks, which is fine. When we go to our second location and the drinks are a price that my pay packet can stretch to, I will buy the drinks. In the meantime,
Everyone.
was as massive.
So it's 5.
That's good, Craig. Well done, mate. That's good.
Now, then,
Yeah, cheers, Nick. Thanks.
Is what? Sorry,
Right,
Ben.
Craig, you can defend the indefensible now or something. Right?
Oh no, I haven't done that. No.
No, it's just you get the pleasure of let me see if I can
Having a
remember
drink.
how to do this now. You get the pleasure of this happy smiley face just on the screen. I'd like to thank my mum and my dad. I'd like to thank Craig for the quiz.
You
I'd
want
like
to
to thank.
You want to thank Sky as well, don't you?
I'd like to thank Sky for distracting Ben.
And,
I'd like to thank Nick.
Ryan Robson.
I'd like to thank Nick for being 4 in the 50s. I'd like to thank Wazza for just being a younger, better-looking, richer version of me. But most of all, I'd like to thank Joe, Woody, and everyone in the chat who feels sorry for me and has been messaging me all of the answers throughout. Thank you very much.
Oh, there it is.
That's obviously not true.
Deduct point, you'll win.
Do I get to see the back of Ben's head tomorrow and a hug off his dad? Asks Joe. I don't believe his dad will be in attendance.
It's only Freddie and I tomorrow, so you get to see the back of my head and the back of Freddie's head, and if you come down, you get a hug as well.
Oh, you're giving hugs away, are you, Ben?
I
Just
think
one
Ben
day
wants one. I think Ben
One
needs
day.
one.
Need one.
Yeah, he's had a traumatic day today.
I've had a traumatic day.
I don't want to
I'm-
hug, but
Ryan
I don't want to hug.
Robson.
But the thing is, you say that he's got someone who we've seen walk across the screen no more than, I'm guessing, probably 4 steps from him. Could quite easily give him a hug.
Ben will want a hug, but Nick will nick it.
Can't believe Fifey didn't thank his cat. Unbelievable. Gents, Craig, thank you very much for that quiz. I very much enjoyed it. It's always better when you win as well. Paul Caddis there tomorrow with the League 2 trophy. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Just to take the piss out of Crewe, really.
Yeah.
Just because why not?
That's quite funny. Here you were top. That's brilliant. All right, lads. That's it. You were top when it's finished.
On a serious note, please do remember that that Claire and a number of other volunteers will be around tomorrow collecting. There's also the collection on Boxing Day for the other charity we mentioned. Please do get in touch with those involved if you'd like more information, and if you or anyone you know is involved in a charitable fundraiser and you'd like a little bit of promotion, we are more than happy to do so for a good cause. Anyone going to the game tomorrow, be very loud, bring home the points for us. But all that's left to say, I think, is from Thomas the Tank, from BTB, from Oakus Road, and from Wazza. We will see you again on Monday, where we start, please remember, at the earlier time of 8 p.m, because we have a special guest joining the panel, Mr. Rhys Evans. From everyone at Falls Rush, thank you very much for your time. Good night.
Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love.